What's up, guys? Dale Valor here from Modern Valor Dating. Listen, we have an event coming up on Zoom on April 24th. We got the link right here. All you got to do is register for it. It's 100% free. We do one on the last Saturday of every month. But what we're going to be doing this month is on how to tell a compelling story. Why is that important? Well, I got 5 tips that's going to break it down for you, but here's the deal. I really find that it's a lost art for people to be able to tell a story verbally. We have all kinds of mediums that you can tell a story through, movies or TV shows or online, on YouTube, and all these different outlets. But to tell an actual story that's compelling, I find it to be a rare trait. And the thing is, man, if you can really do it, you will be a killer out here, okay? Because nothing comes across better about who you are as a person as by telling a compelling story. All right, so we're gonna hop into it right now. Let's get it. Hey guys, wanted to take this quick time out just to remind you, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, you are doing yourself a disservice. Okay, I hate to put it like that, but it's absolutely true. Why? Because we want to get these videos to you as quickly and easily as we can. I've had so many people tell me, I wish I would have seen X video sooner, because I could have went out and did something about it, because I was in a situation where that information would have been handy and they didn't see it because they didn't subscribe. I don't want that to happen to you. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop us a comment, and share it with people you know need to see it. Another thing real quick, April 24th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing one of our live Zoom events like we do every single month on the last Saturday of the month. And it's going to be dope, man. They are so much fun and so educational, man. I mean, look, the last one we did on body language and tonality was awesome. And this month, what we're going to talk about is how to deliver a great story, how to be a great storyteller. And the reason that's important is because if you can deliver a rich, textured story, you're bringing her into your reality, and she's able to see it from her own vantage point plus your vantage point, and you can embed in there so many things of value to talk about yourself. Man, it's going to be so dope. I can't wait. So hopefully we see you there. We're dropping the link here, and yeah, it's going to be good times. Plus, we always do a Q&A at the end. All right, so back to the video. Number 1, the subconscious mind. Here's the deal, man. Have you ever been watching a movie or a TV show or something like that, and you get wrapped up into the story, and there's a character maybe that you resonate with, that you're like, that's my dude. I really like that character. And in the middle of the story somewhere, that character dies or something tragic happens to that character, and you're just like, oh man, that sucks. And you kind of feel it a little bit. That's because your subconscious mind is picking up on what's happening in front of you. What do I mean by that? Well, here's the deal. Your logical mind knows, okay, this is a story. I'm watching a TV show, and there's actors in this show. Somebody is directing this show. Writers wrote this show. A production company produced this show. A TV network aired this show, right? So here's the deal. You know all that logically. So why do you get wrapped up in the story and feel bad for a character that logically you know isn't a real person? Here's the deal. Your subconscious mind doesn't know that. And so when something is playing out on a TV show in front of you, your subconscious mind says, this is actually happening. This is happening right now, right in front of me. And that's why you feel those little pangs of emotion when something in a story that you really like happens. Okay? So the thing is, It's the same deal as if you're sitting there with a girl, you're having a conversation. You tell her a very compelling story with twists and turns and, poignant pauses, and you're throwing in emotion, all those things. It's going to resonate with her. She's going to envision, because you can't help it, right? If somebody's telling you a story, like if I tell you, hey, whatever you do, don't think of a pink elephant. What's the first thing that's going to happen? Well, you're going to think of a pink elephant, okay? So when you're telling this story, she's going to imagine it. She's going to picture it. She's going to picture her in your shoes, and then she's also going to picture watching all this happen as you're doing X, Y, and Z, whatever's going on. So the deal is, man, you're bringing her into your reality, and you're embedding emotion that makes it easier to connect. It makes it easier to build comfort with her, okay? We're going to get into number 2. Let's go. Number 2, you can DHV. What do I mean by that? Well, DHVing is displaying higher value. Look, if you walk up to a girl and we'll say, I don't know, man, just for the hell of it, you decided to rent a Lamborghini. All right, or a Ferrari, take your pick, whatever. You rent one of these high-end sports cars for the weekend, and you go to the club, and you're revving the engine outside the club, and then you go inside, and you've got the keys. It has the Lamborghini logo on it and everything. And then you walk up to a girl, and you dangle those keys in her face, and you're just like, guess what? Guess what I've got? Like, the thing is, man, what's going to happen is she's going to be like, dude, beat it. There might be some girls that might be impressed by that, but more often than not, women are going to be turned off because it comes across as try hard. However, you can demonstrate why you have that Lamborghini through a story. We'll say, okay, so you rented it for the weekend. You could talk about how when you were 16 years old, you used to have a poster of a Lamborghini in your bedroom. And every day when you would come home from school, you'd be like, that's going to be my car one day. Now, you're not at the point yet where you can buy one, but you're working on it because you're doing this and you're doing this and you're doing this. But you had a little extra income, and you just wanted to have that experience of knowing what it felt like to drive one. So you rented one for the weekend, and you're going to be cruising around and driving here and there and taking some pictures with it and just having a good time over the course of the weekend. That's way better than just, that's what I've got. Way better than that. So the thing is, man, you can embed all the things that you bring to the table intrinsically, all that value that you have. You could walk up, we'll say, for example, we'll say one of your values is that you're a trustworthy person. Okay, and that's cool, man. Like, that's dope. But if you just walk up to somebody and you're like, hi, yeah, my name's Dale. I just wanted to come over and say hello, just so you know I'm extremely trustworthy. Like, she's going to be like, what? Because it's uncalibrated. It doesn't make sense to do it that way. However, if we start having a conversation and I want her to know how trustworthy I am, I'm not just going to say I'm trustworthy. I'm going to tell her a story about the time that I demonstrated being trustworthy. Okay? So that's the thing, man. The qualities and characteristics that you embody, that you have, that you bring to the table, identify those in a story. Okay? We're going to get to number 3. Let's go. Number 3, it holds attention. If you can deliver a well-crafted story, okay? If you can do that where all eyes are on you, everybody's engaged. Everybody wants to hear the next thing that's going to come out of your mouth because this story is so grabbing. Look, how do you think that that's going to come across, right? See, the thing is, man, if you're holding everybody's attention All eyes are on you as you're delivering this story, and you're embedding all the things about yourself that are important, that you want people to know about you. And like we talked about in the last point. Okay, so if you have everybody's attention, that's a lot of power, man. There's a lot of social proof in that. And it's not clownish or cartoonish behavior. You know, you could have everybody's attention if you walk there in a clown outfit and you start juggling bowling pins. Yeah, you'd have everybody's attention for like 10 seconds, you know, or if you walked in there with like an air horn or like, you know, like, you have everybody's attention, but as quickly as you got it, you're going to lose it. With a story, you are having everybody engaged with what you're saying. All right? We're going to get to number 4. Let's go. Number 4, your passions. Look, man, I often get the question, I'm into this. And whatever this is always something that's kind of nerdy or stuff that women just, you know, don't resonate with too often. It's a high volume guy type of thing. You know, maybe it's like, look, I'm really into Star Wars, or look, I'm really into video games, or look, I'm really into, I don't know, man. It could be anything. But the thing is, it's not about the what, it's about the why. If you can demonstrate how that came to be your passion, that's all that really matters. All right? For instance, if you are into, well, just say you're into sci-fi stuff and you're into Star Wars, okay? You know, you could talk about how you got into it and why it's a passion of yours. Not that it is a passion of yours, right? So the thing is, man, she wants to feel the passion that you have, okay? It's not so much about trying to impress her, which you shouldn't be trying to do anyway, but the thing is, you should be conveying why you're passionate about that so she can feel that. Because in likelihood, she's passionate about stuff too. And that is going to come across as you have things in common, even if you don't have things in common, because she understands what it's like to be passionate about something. And oftentimes guys are trying to be Joe Cool, Billy Badass all the time, and they don't convey what they're about the passions that they bring to the table. All right, so listen, in the comment section, tell me what your passions are and why it's your passion. All right, not just what it is, but why it is. All right, I'd love to see that, okay? So we're going to get into number 5. Let's get it. Number 5, how to tell a good story. All right, so I'm going to give you a few tips on how to do that, okay? Firstly, embed emotion into what you're saying. As men, we tend to tell stories very matter-of-factual. This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. The end. It's like, you know, you're only giving the facts. You're not really breaking down the emotion of what happened. If you listen to how women tell stories, okay, they tell stories not just what happened, but how they felt about what happened. I was so scared because this guy, he walked up to me and he was just like this big, huge guy. And like, it's just a little old me. And I'm there in the corner of this store and I didn't think anybody could see me and I didn't know what was going to happen. He reaches into his pocket and then he pulls out a candy bar and he gives me this candy bar. It was delicious. Like, I've never even heard of this kind of candy bar before, but it was great. You see where I'm going with this, right? Talking about the fear of the guy. Turns out he's a really nice guy. Gave her a candy bar and it was a delicious candy bar, right? So that's the thing. If you start embedding emotion into your stories, it will come across very textured and colorful, okay? It's not just matter of fact. Another thing that you can do, and this is an exercise that I absolutely love, is start creating your own stories off the top of your head, okay? When you're interacting with a girl, you should be telling real stories about things that actually happened. And you don't have to tell stories about the time that, you know, you saved the Pope from a Satanist cult and you got the Medal of Honor. You know, you don't have to tell like these wild, crazy tales. But you know in your heart of hearts that there's probably a good 4 or 5, maybe half dozen stories that you've told on a regular basis about the time that your friend and you was going to somewhere and the car broke down and it was the middle of winter and you didn't know what you were going to do. Or about the time that you went to a concert and the guy next to you poured a beer on somebody's head and then a big fight broke out. You know, there's stories that you have told to multiple people multiple times, okay? So the thing is, man, have those stories, but this is a way to learn how to tell those stories. Wherever you are, wherever you're watching this, if you're sitting at home, if you're in your car, if wherever your office, it doesn't make a difference. You are surrounded by plenty of things to make a story about. So we'll say you're at your house. You could start off with a picture on the wall, and then that picture relates to the next thing over. It could be a plant, you know, maybe that you have, and then your dog's sitting there, and then over here is the TV. Then over here is, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, start weaving those things together as a story, all right? And that way you will learn how to start crafting stories together and piecing them so as that it's compelling. People want to hear it, okay? So that's the deal, man. And so, look, we did a video a little while back on DHVs. We talked about it earlier in the video. What I want you to do, man, is link to that video and go check that out. We go really deep on it, what displaying higher value is all about. I will see you there.